So we just got done speaking with the high school kids, and that's some of the footage that you're gonna see. But I just wanted to say, like, especially at the end, man, these kids want it, right? They connect with people. They know when you care. They know when you're real, and they also know when you're fake. And so these guys feel that I care, and I do, right? But it's amazing how much they open up. Even the liaison that just left, he's like, man, great one today. Like, got everybody talking, discussing. They want to talk about real world stuff. They want to talk about purpose and destiny, the spiritual realm. One of the guys brought up the spiritual realm, right? And it's just being real. And just, again, man, if you have a heart to volunteer with kiddos or people, and like you're just kind of feeling that, I call that little tapping on your heart, get in the game. Get in the game, because you're affecting people's lives. Like today, I think we probably had about 8 guys here. And again, these are kids that are not getting this in their normal curriculum. I don't know if they go to a church, it doesn't matter. But these are spiritual principles, right? Life principles that we're talking about that are helping these guys, right? One guy wants to buy a van and convert it out and travel the world. Other guys want to do business stuff, right? Everyone has their different things that they want to do. But I'm telling you, man, it's just, and again, me, like I tell you guys before, like if you guys have heard me on stage, this is my thing, right? This is my calling, my destiny, my purpose is speaking life into people's life. So the way our bodies are designed, like the endorphins start popping off, right? So like right now I'm lit. Like you guys have heard me say that many times. Like I feel amazing right now. We're fixing to head to the middle school right now and go help those kids. But I'm telling you, man, if you have that little tapping on your heart, it's always usually, it's a cause or a people group that usually is who you want to help. So whatever it is, man, my advice to you is find out as quick as possible what that cause or people group is and get in the game. I promise you it'll change your life too. Started then. So we're going to go ahead and start with Sebastian. We'll just go around. Of the 5 words that you picked, bro, tell us the 5 words that you got, and we'll go from there.
I put balance, creativity, determination, loyalty, and respect.
Okay, so tell me about respect. Why did you pick respect, and what does that mean to you?
To me, something you gotta earn as a friend, as anybody. You gotta show me you can respect me so I can respect you.
Exactly.
Kind of balance, too.
Yeah, because it's earned, right? Respect is earned. It's hard when you have someone like, law enforcement or someone in a position of power that just demands it, right? Like that's when people are usually not cool with that.
That's why I get in trouble.
That's
Respect.
Respect? That's good.
That's where I get in trouble with authorities.
What is it about respect that you don't like with the authority?
They don't have it.
Oh, so like I said, they just want to take it, like they just demand it?
They don't have any respect and expect all the respect back. When like, I don't owe none of these people nothing. Like, I don't owe nobody no respect. If I want to walk up to you and be like, bro, fuck you, I'm gonna do that. Nobody's gonna tell me I can't.
Right.
But like he was saying, you gotta kind of.
So how do you handle that? Let's talk about that, right? Because that's real world. Like, how do you handle not just cops, but anyone? No, I know, but what I'm saying is when they're treating you like that, because one, it's wrong, but we talked about, right? We can't control that. We can't control them. So how do you interact with that, or how do you deal with that?
Not in a good way.
Okay. No, that's cool, bro. I'm glad we're talking about this, because that's the thing. Once you're conscious of it, like, okay, I don't respond in a good way, now you have an option, right? Next time it happens, it's like, do I want to respond that way? Well, yeah, I know all the consequences that comes with it. Or do I want to, and that's the hard part, right? Is just biting our lip and just doing it. So that's good, man. That's good that you're aware that you're like, I'm not responding the right way. So,
I just don't interact with people with authority like that.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like stay around my people that are equal.
Exactly. No, I hear you. What about you, sir? What are your 5 words?
Loyalty, honesty, success, friendship, and respect.
Tell me about success. Why'd you pick that one?
Because it's important, because like at the end of the day, like whenever like all of a sudden like everyone else goes back to do whatever they're doing and I'm like doing me, I want to be the one like I want to say like I successfully like did this, or like I'm like to the point that I know I could be or should be.
And that's huge, bro, because it's weird. Like, you guys are in high school right now, and so many times people think, like, this is my whole world, this is everything, right? Yeah. And it's crazy. Like, the older you get, especially once you leave, to your point, what you just said, once you leave high school, like, a lot of these people you'll never even talk to anymore. They won't even be interacting with, And it's weird. Even, like, your homies, even, like, your group, like, you think you guys will be together forever, life kicks in. Right? Someone moves to D.C. or to Colorado or whatever because they have an opportunity, or Winfrey retros his van and he's gone. He's cruising the world, right? It's just, but it's just that mentality, bro, that mindset, like, oh, this is my world. I care what they think, and they want me to do drugs and blah, 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 right, whatever. It's like a trip, man. Once you start getting older, to your point exactly, it's like, what is your definition of success, right? Because like what your definition of success may be different to Elliot's, may be different from Thomas's or Isaac's, right? Isn't it Elliot? Cody. Why am I calling you Elliot? Cole. I'm not even close.
Elliot's the short guy. Small.
My bad.
What? Yeah, he sat with him the first day and then didn't come again.
And then it come, exactly. Sorry, Cole. Thanks for correcting me though, bro. I appreciate that. The fact is everyone's success is going to be different, right? And you can't live your life based on his success, right? You'll be miserable, man, because that may not be what's in line with your value. All the stuff we've been talking about, right? Where's the list they had here? Our values, our character, our influence, right? All of that kind of stuff, man. It's like yours is going to be different from everyone else's. So great answer. Cole. Now that I got your name right, sir. What were your 5?
Determination, happiness, fun, creativity, and success.
So tell me about happiness. Why'd you pick that?
I mean, you're not really like living life if you're not happy. You're not living it how you want to.
Right.
If you're not happy.
So what would you do, because you're spot on, what would you do if you had a friend, whether they're your age or someone that's older, that's just miserable? Like they're doing what their parents want them to do, or they're older and they're in a job that sucks, right? Because they just have like bills and a family now. They got somebody pregnant, but they're doing what they need to do, but they're not happy. Like how would you talk to them about that? Like finding happiness.
Like you can't just get through life like that. You can't. You have to do something you love, no matter what. Like you only have one life to live. You can't just be suffering all of it.
Mm-hmm. And it's, right, we see it all the time on the news, like these guys that are multimillionaires, rappers, movie stars, what are committing suicide. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the heck? Like you made it by the world's terms, right? But that just proves that we all go through stuff that nobody knows about. On the let's go ahead.
Being a celebrity, though, there's a lot of pressure. You
Absolutely.
get fans, you get paparazzi, you get everything. So
of course.
It's kind of hard living when everyone knows who you are.
I agree. Back in the day, they said like Elvis Presley, when he was so famous, like he had to rent out the whole movie theater. Like he would buy all the tickets just for the sanity, bro, of being, right? The other day I was watching some.
For Michael Jackson, like when he would shop in a store, they would have like actors in the store so he could feel normal. Like
Really?
Yeah.
I'd never heard of that one.
Yeah.
I believe it though, man, because they're at a different level. I was watching a video like just 3 days ago about Justin Bieber, and the paparazzi was following him around, and he just finally went
I was watching a video today about that.
about that, and he's like, bro,
He was like
come on.
getting out the car, and he was like, my wife's in her pajamas. Don't take pictures. Or she doesn't want
Exactly.
to be taken pictures of.
Exactly.
So he let them take pictures of her, of him.
Right, of him, exactly, so that way they can, and that's what he was telling the dude, like, man, come on, give us a break, like, we're just trying to be, in fact, I think they had followed him to his house. He's like, I'm trying to walk in my house, and
they're crazy, bro. They
Yeah.
sit outside their house and shit.
well, because they get paid. That's why they're doing it, right? Because it doesn't make it right, but it all goes back to what your definition of happiness, right? And the other thing about happiness is it's fleeting. Think about the most exciting time in your life. Go for it.
About that, because like something about what happiness means to me is like it's temporary
Mm-hmm.
to where it's like the external things in your life, you find happiness in that, but like what I have on my thing is peace. Like peace is something that's within you instead of happiness is like brought out. If that
Yeah,
makes
I feel
sense.
like peace
Absolutely.
Is
That
like
makes sense.
Absolutely.
like peace is like a step up from happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be happy, but like not be at peace. But like if you're at peace with yourself and like everything around you, like if you're at peace, you don't have worries. You don't have anything. Like
That's
you
what
can
I'm
just
saying.
be. I don't want to say be free, but like
No, I would say that's a correct word, bro. Because a synonym is a word that means kind of similar meaning. So I agree with that. Free or freedom, bro. When you have that peace,
yeah.
right? And like to his point, the happiness. Think of the best time, the most exciting thing that ever happened to you in your life. Like you were just like so excited and so happy, maybe for a few hours, maybe a few days, right? But then it's like you get back to normal.
Yeah.
And so that's powerful because think about it, when crap happens and things are terrible, right? People start thinking about getting drunk or divorce or suicide or whatever. Like you have to remember, like, this isn't gonna last forever,
Yeah.
right? The good things don't last forever, And the bad things don't last forever too, right? It's just we get in our own head, we start getting those thoughts, and it's just like if we're not careful, man, it goes down that rabbit hole. So good one, bro, on the happiness, and then we'll go ahead and go to you. You talked a little bit about peace. What are your 5 though?
My 5 is adventure, peace, friendship, wisdom, and spirituality.
How did I know adventure would be on your?
Spirituality?
No, I said how did I know adventure would be on your? Yeah.
My life has just been an adventure itself, man. From moving from the Philippines to here, so it's like living in a different country, especially where a lot of people are poor and stuff like that. You kind of get a different view in the world itself. Especially coming here, because I wasn't handed things to me, you know.
Yeah.
Like my family had to work for this and that, and to be blessed and to live here in Frisco, Texas, from where I was living at when I was 8 years old. It's crazy, like.
It's like a night and day difference, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's a whole complete chapter of my life, you know. It's a complete different story and stuff like that. So my whole life has been an adventure, and hopefully, when I continue to grow as a man, as a person, I indulge myself in more adventures in life. Not
Well,
in
and that's
Texas, but like
no,
the
everywhere.
world.
Well, and that's why I think it's important to travel, right? So, like back home in El Paso, I went to a private school. Part of the private school, it was like Christian based, but part of it is like we did like would you say ministry stuff, missionary stuff. So in El Paso, Juarez is like Mexico's on the other side, right? So one of the things that they had us do is all month we would do bake sale stuff, right? Raise money, like sell it to the other kids. And then at the end of the month, one of the chaperones would come, or someone's dad would go with us. We'd buy like a little oven, right? Like we'd raise about $100. Buy like a little oven, go to the dump. Like that's where these people were living, bro. Like it's insane. Their houses were like cardboard and pallets. Like it's insane, right?
Yeah.
And I tell you what, man, I was in 7th grade, and even as I'm telling you guys this story, like I'm already back there mentally. Because it changed my life, man. Because honestly, like, I'll just be real, dude. Like, as an American, we have so much, right? And so, like, so we go to the dump. We drive around. He would pick who we'd give it to. And so the lady invites us into her, I wouldn't even say house. It's like a hut. It's probably as big as these 2 tables. It's only like this tall, right? And so we're, like, having to bow down to go in. And she's just super sweet with us. But what I remember the most, and where I'm going with the story, is that on the outside, there was a little kid, I don't know, he's still in a diaper, bro, so maybe 2, right? And he had like the runny boogers, right? And it's all dusty and windy, so like the boogers are like the dirt sticking to it. His diaper's dirty, like it looked like it should have been changed yesterday, right? So it's all sagging. And he has this little Hot Wheel, man. It's like a little truck, I'll never forget. And it only had 3 wheels. And he's playing by this little like stream. And I was just remember thinking like, that's crazy. So I told the chaperone, I'm like, man, I didn't know they have like a little stream. He's like, that's the sewer. I was like, what? He's like, that's their sewer. And like their fresh water was like a 55-gallon drum with a piece of plywood on top of it, bro. Right? And I just remember looking at this kid because back then I was into Hot Wheels. So under my bed, I have a shoe box of probably 200 Hot Wheels. And I'm like, this kid is so happy. Bro, he was happy. Like, he probably didn't know that was a sewer, right? He didn't know his diaper. Like, he's just playing with his little bro. And I was just like, I just remember looking, bro, just going like, I'm an idiot. Like, I am so spoiled. Like, you know what I mean? Back then, I was pissed off because my dad wouldn't buy me the $100 Nike Airs. Right? Like, he'll buy me the $30 whatever shoes, and I had to pay the difference. But had I never experienced that, bro, you don't have that perspective. Right?
I feel like how I didn't, like, see stuff like that, where I went to, like, a dump and, like, I was around, like, that. But, like, where I grew up in Louisiana and how I grew up, like, kind of like how, like, what Winfrey said, like, we didn't have, like, much, really. Like, where I stayed at in Louisiana, like, we used to live, like, I don't want to say we lived in the projects, but, like,
it was a rough area,
it was low-income homes and stuff like that, and, like, you would, like, go out and you see that stuff, and now that, like, I feel like that it taught me to, like, be appreciative and, like, grateful for, like, now, like, I could come here and, like, I have, like, I'm wearing, like, $200 pair of shoes and, like, I'm doing, like, we're doing good, but, like, it makes you be more grateful. And,
without a doubt.
You know, it opens your eyes to a lot more things that, like, not everybody has this stuff. Like, not everybody's just fortunate as we are in Frisco. And
what's hard is because you've experienced that, it's hard for you to try to tell another student here that doesn't have that to compare it to. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, that's a cute story. Like, no, man, you don't understand. Like, you have it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they don't really connect.
Don't understand.
to that story. Like when you say you came from the bottom,
Yeah.
my boy, we came from the bottom. Like,
Right.
I'll show you. We'll go back in. It's not like
insane.
you walk. I'm not even like trying to like say it was terrible. Like it was livable, but like
But it was
whenever
bad.
you go out, there was like you're gonna like see stuff that you probably like wouldn't see anywhere else.
Right.
Especially out there where people are like always doped up and stuff. Louisiana is like, or where I used to live in Lake Charles is like one of like the top 10 like heroin
Really
like where people use the most heroin out there.
interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My ex-wife, her dad lives in Franklinton, I think it's called. It's above Slidell. And so like for the first time when I went to Louisiana, bro, like it was a trip. Like the little like Slidell, all the little like country places, I would say. It was weird because like I remember going there and like the words they were using, bro, it's like almost like they didn't know the Civil War was over.
Yeah.
Like very racist. I was like, what the heck? And then my father-in-law at the time was just like, nah, bro, that's just how they are here. Like it's weird because he had moved there brand new, right, from Texas.
That's why like whenever I moved from out there to over here, like I had to like not like learn how to speak again, but like
I know what you
had
mean.
to like watch what I say.
Yes.
Because like out there, like you can talk to whoever you want, pretty much however you want. And,
Right.
they'll like understand what you're trying to say, but like I'll come out here and I'll say something to somebody and they'll be like get offended by it, and I'm like, I'm not trying to like offend you. It's just how like
How you grew up. It's how what
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
custom,
yeah.
what was normal, exactly. What was acceptable, right, back then.
Yeah.
But that's how I felt, man. Going there was almost like going back in time. Like it was weird, right? But here's the cool thing, guys, is like, and I think it was actually weird, but I think it was Bill Gates that said this, the quote. It says that if you're born poor, that's not your fault. But if you die poor, that is your fault. And I think that's powerful, man, because like we all come from different backgrounds, right? So like no matter how good or how crappy our start was, it's how we finish in life. And not only that, you guys have the choices, right? Because don't get me wrong, I've met people, because I do teaching all the time. I met people that they're like, well, I was from Louisiana and I was from the hood and I was this and that. And I was like, okay, I get it, but what are you doing now? Well, no, you don't. Like they have that victim mentality, right? And I get it. But what they don't get is they have the choice to be like, yeah, that sucked, but I don't want to be like that.
yeah, that's what I don't. When you say you get it, like I don't get it. Like you have every single opportunity to like be successful.
Especially the
like,
place where you live.
Yeah, we live in Dallas. Like this is like one of like the biggest
Epicenter,
cities
yes.
in the whole United States, bro. Like there's so many opportunities. If you want to come out here and like be successful, you can. You
Of
just
course.
have to, like grind for a few months, and you'll be working your way up there. It's just people are just like they're not motivated to want to do anything. They're
Well,
okay with,
the thing is, bro, and so I teach, like I tell you guys, I coach and teach real estate agents, right? A real estate agent easily, bro, should make $100,000 a year, like no questions asked. If they're absolutely, whenever you're ready, bro.
I graduate.
So last year, exactly. That's step number one.
Go get paid.
Last year, we had agents in our group that made $800,000. Because bro, look around us. The houses that are here.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just do some simple math. As a real estate agent, we get 3% of the sales price. So on $1 million house, which you know there's a ton of them around here and even more expensive, you get in 30 grand. You get 30 grand off a sale. Like theoretically, that's going to take a couple months, but still. So what happens is we talk about your pipeline, right? You start talking to more people, more customers. So it's like if you're doing one of those a month or whatever. So anyways, like one of the girls that I know, she made like, what was it, $500,000 last year?
Oh my.
So bro, it's if you want to hustle.
Waking up to like
See, I heard there's a problem
30K
with
being
homes.
deposited into
In
your
your- in
bank,
your
bro.
phone,
Like
bro.
Are
what?
buying
waking up
homes that
Yeah.
aren't living in
Damn,
them
that
just
wouldn't
to wait
last.
for the
That
price to
wouldn't
go up and sell it.
Oh, bro, there's investors always.
30 grand is
Real
nothing.
estate takes
so
so
much
because
effort,
people
though.
are
You have to,
just
like,
buying
work
and
for,
leaving them empty.
Well, that, and then last year and the year before with COVID and all that, people were scared to sell their house, right? Because they didn't want people coming through, strangers. So there is a little bit of a shortage on the market right now, right?
So are there more people who are owning houses?
There's literally people investing in houses. Like they buy a house just to wait for the price to
Gotta
go
bounce?
up and sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See you, bro.
And they
That's
don't
so
live in it. They don't live in
weird.
it.
No, that's okay.
Because,
That's all right.
I mean, if you look at Frisco itself, there's been an increase of like apartment complex and
Oh, yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, they're everywhere here in Frisco. So like, are people not? Are there more people moving into Texas?
Here,
or are
I'll
there
just take it,
people
bro.
who are
You got it?
not
Okay.
buying homes?
I'll get it.
know,
I'll
or
give it to you
not
next time.
wanting to
Thank you,
buy
sir.
homes instead of like having your own home, they're renting out an apartment.
Well, because there's not that many houses available right now.
Right.
so they have to go for an
And the
apartment.
prices are expensive, bro. The apartments, like everything, like right. That's just it's
Everything's
supply and demand.
expensive right now.
Supply and demand, bro. It's the market. So yeah, I mean, real estate. There's a lot of opportunities, right? But again, you have to work. Everyone just thinks that this girl that made $500,000 last year. They just think she's sitting on her couch waiting for people. Bro, she's hustling.
She's hustling.
She's out meeting people. She's networking. She's taking people to lunch, happy hour. Like, you got to work, bro. The cool thing is the opportunities are there, right? But again, sometimes like, and I was gonna give you guys like my story. Like I told you, my youngest brother died in prison. So my two younger brothers, I would say we were probably like maybe middle class, upper middle class. So like we had opportunities, bro. So I used to tell my brothers like, are you guys idiots? Like, dude, like dad will help you with some cat. Like, they just didn't get it. Right? They both went down that, I don't know, man. They both went down that road of sex, drugs, rock and roll. Like I said, my youngest brother died in prison at age 26. And so it's just like looking back, I didn't understand it for years, man, until I went through my divorce and had my hurt and my trauma. I was like, bro, they were hurting.
So your family was a product of like, or not your family, your brothers were a product of like being in a position to be successful, but didn't.
They didn't.
Why,
And I
what-
could-
What happened?
So that's what I'm telling you, bro. So my parents got divorced when I was 6. My younger brother was 4, and my youngest one was 2. So obviously the divorce affected them differently. Because it wasn't like, for example, like I told you guys, seriously, I've never tried any type of drug. I've never been drunk. I don't say that to brag. That's just my story. So when these dudes were not, well, I appreciate that, bro. And you'd be surprised how many people now tell me that. Back in high school, they're calling me names, all kinds of, wanting you to do whatever. But that's what I'm telling you, bro. Peer pressure is real.
I don't think you should ever like peer pressure somebody. If you don't want to do it, like just
I agree with you, but
do it.
that's not human nature, bro. Most of your homies are just like calling you names, this, right? So again, since I did it, I couldn't understand why my 2 younger brothers wouldn't do it, right? But it wasn't until later with my divorce and my hurt, that was the first time, bro, I thought about taking drugs. That's the first time I thought about getting drunk. That's the first time I thought about suicide for like about 30 seconds. Because I just wanted this pain to go away, right? And it's an older group, but it's called U2. And there's a song, I don't know the name of the song, but in the lyrics it says, talking about alcohol, I tried to drown my sorrows, but they learned how to swim. And bro, that hit me like, oh my gosh, that's so true, right? So like if you get drunk, stoned, whatever, bro, that's gonna be temporary, right? That pain's still gonna be there. So it was in that moment that my eyes were open, like, dude, my brothers were hurting. Nobody knew it, right? My dad was a single dad. We lived with him. So it's like there's so many factors looking back, but that's why, bro, they didn't take advantage of it. They were hurting, right? Playing that victim mentality. That's just where they were at. But that's why I do what I do with you guys and speak in the schools, man, because it's like, dude, that's where that road takes you, right? Like this is, I use the word like bad decisions, but bad decisions will take you farther than you want to go, right? That's how when you're just sitting in jail going, how did I end up here? When you end up somewhere you shouldn't be, like, how did I end up here, right? It's like you never plan on that, but it's like crap. And then again, bro, if you're smart, you'll sit there and kind of analyze like, okay, this was all me. I ended up here, so then you know what? If I did all the dumb things to end up here, then I can do the right things to avoid coming back here, right? Or getting detention or a speeding ticket, whatever it is in life, man. But no, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I talk to you guys, because it goes down to your choices. So like my youngest brother, the one that died in prison, he just made bad choices. Of course, never did he think, oh, I want to go to prison and die at 26, right? And then the weirdest thing, they said he died of leukemia. Like, that's kind of weird, bro. They did all kinds of tests on him for months, and whatever, it is what it is. Bottom line, he's gone. But it just goes back to you guys getting back your power. You guys saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I was raised this way or this, that, whatever. Like, okay, I'm not going to let that affect me anymore going forward. And again, right, with the teachers and the counselors and the liaisons, bro, they can help you guys get the counseling. Like, dude, there's a lot of resources, right? But a lot of times people are just like, oh, they're going to make fun of me. Bro, I'm telling you, the older you get, you don't give a flying flip what people think.
And counselors, honestly, I come across, it seems like once or twice a week, just doing my lunchroom duty or just walking the hall or something like that, where someone is down for one reason or another. Maybe they just broke up with a boyfriend or girlfriend even, but we all need just to talk to people sometimes. And counselors, that's their job. They want to do that.
Yeah.
They actually want to do that.
Yeah. And it's interesting because it's like, I don't know what it is like physically, but when you talk about it, bro, it literally is getting it out of you.
Yeah.
Right? And even sometimes when they go talk to counselors, they get emotional. That's cool. But the more you talk about it, you won't get as emotional. You won't get as hurt because it's almost like it's coming out of you. And so, like he said, bro, take advantage of the resources you guys have,
I feel
bro.
like now, like, before I was kind of like that. Like, I didn't want to talk to counselors or anything like that because, like, not because I was worried about what they would think about me, like what other people think about me, but, like, because I just didn't want to, like, I didn't want to be that person to the counselor that comes and just tells them all my problems. Not saying that I do now, but, like,
Right.
I know pretty much all the APs, and I'm, like, pretty cool with all of them now. So now it's, like, I can go in there and talk to them about what I need, but, like, it doesn't have to be, like, we have to sit down and talk. And it has to
Right.
be serious. No, I could just be like, bro, whatever. This happened, like, walking with them or whatever, and it'll be, like, but, like, that's how I feel like other people should be able to, like,
I'm
utilize
really-
those resources.
I'm really
I agree.
grateful for the administrators here at Wakeland because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, from my freshman year all the way till senior year, I've always had Miss Sully by my side,
Mhm.
and she played a
cares.
big role
Yeah, Miss Sully
on
too. She's not
a
even
lot of the students' life here. I mean, she's one of, I mean, I can
She's
say
literally
that.
like a mom here.
Yeah,
for us
I
all.
can
Oh,
say
that's
that
cool.
she's my
Like,
second mom
whenever-
here at school.
Okay.
She's amazing, man.
No,
she
for real.
understands kids.
Because
I don't want to say like the other teachers don't understand, but like
No, it's on a
there's some
different level.
There's
Yeah,
a
You're not
different
you're not
level.
knocking the other teacher. She's just on another level. I know what you
there's
mean.
something about Miss Sully where she can just sit there and connect with you regardless of where you are, what background you came from. She just truly cares about kids.
No, seriously.
And-
She, like, my bad. I mean,
No, keep going. You got it.
But well, like last year, me and my parents and stuff like got into like we were like arguing a lot. And we were like going through it or whatever. And actually, I got kicked out of my house like towards the end of the school year.
Oh, that
last year.
sucks.
And I was telling Miss Sully about it, and we were like talking or whatever. And Miss Sully was gonna let me go stay with her. Like she was like, I'll talk to my husband or whatever, and we have like an extra room. Like
That's love
we
right
just
there,
need to,
bro.
like, stay
That's
so
love.
like,
That's
she
pure
would've-
love.
Yeah, she would have let me go stay in her home when like I'm just as like after she knows my background and where I've been, like
Mhm.
things that's happened to me, she like still would like accepted me into like go into her house if I needed to. You
That's
know?
why I'm saying love, bro. Love gives with zero expectation. Right? And what we're all talking about in these classes, bro, destiny and all that kind of stuff, you guys all have a purpose. That's her purpose, bro. So it's not that you're talking down about the other teachers. No, she's just on another level because she is walking and flowing in her thing, bro.
Yeah.
She found it,
Yeah.
right? And that's why your thing will make you do stuff that is not logical.
I mean, it's not just like our grade too. I mean, I've had older
Yeah.
siblings who have told me, hey, this lady is gonna be a friend of yours and whatnot. And
Oh, that's
she's been
cool.
Here, she's been here since Wakeland has opened. So like, she's had every single one of us as siblings and stuff like that. And so, like,
That's cool, bro. And that's what I'm saying. She has that burning desire because that's her thing. That's one of her destinies, her purpose, right? Because, and like I was telling you guys last time, the way our brains are designed, the endorphins pop off when you're doing your thing. So her helping you, bro, Aiden, like that was making her feel amazing. And so, like I told you guys, what a brilliant way we're designed that we're addicted to our thing.
Yeah.
So not only does she
want
wanna-
doing things that you love, just so addicting.
It just flows, bro. It just flows.
Like me and Sebastian, we love skating and like
Okay.
we skate and stuff like that. So that's my passion, and I love doing that. And so when I go out there and skate, it's just I'm in my own world.
You're in your world, bro. You're in the zone,
Mm.
right? It just kind of goes back to that freedom, like Aiden was talking about. Like it just, you feel alive. You feel right. Time flies like that. You'll be skating. You're like, crap, bro. It's 2.5 hours. Felt like 20 minutes, right? Like that's just again those little signs of your guys' passion.
Right.
That's awesome, bro. So of your 5, I wanted to ask you real quick because I still want to get to Isaac and Thomas. Spirituality. Why'd you pick that one?
Spirituality has always been a big thing for me. Like every single one of my friends know that spirituality is like my thing. Like I talk about spirituality all the time because, I mean, every single one of us, regardless if you're like Mexican, black, you're spiritual in some way. And I get that people aren't, people don't believe in stuff like that. But like being connected to something bigger than you is like, I don't know, it helps you out in life, It really does. Regardless if you believe in God, Buddha, whoever you believe to. I mean, it makes you a better person because the
Big time.
all the religions here that we learn about, I mean, they all are connected into one thing, and it's love and compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I don't really see people as like, oh, this person's Christian or this person's that and that. I just see people as who they are, like
Mm-hmm.
treat them with respect and compassion, regardless if they are rude or not. But spirituality has been a big, like, part of my characteristics.
Mhm.
Because that's where I based off my interactions with people. Like if, like, I'm respectful and stuff like that, I learned that from spirituality, and like I learned it from, like, I don't know, Buddhism.
No, I know what you're saying, bro. And that's so. Last week when we started talking about values, we talked about that with the guys, right? Like not stealing, not lying. Like it goes back to spirituality.
Yeah.
What your moral compass is, what you give value to. And there's people that don't believe in a higher power, a God, a spiritual whatever. Then they're pretty much their own thing, bro. Like it's whatever they decide is good or bad, right? But when you have something like what you're talking about, then you are accountable to something
Yeah,
higher.
I was listening to this guy. I love listening to podcasts and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And I was listening to this dude named Jordan
Peterson,
Peterson.
he's the man.
And he was saying something about how, regardless if you don't believe in a God or not, it's good to live a life or something like live a life where you know, like where you think there's one.
Yeah, and to have meaning and purpose. Yeah, now, Jordan Peterson's a bomb, bro. I've been listening to him for years, and it's cool because he's so, even though he believes in the spiritual, he is very intellectual,
Yeah.
so he can explain it. Because there's a lot of people who are like, prove it to me. What that dude can. That's good, bro.